everyone, my name is Sharon Platt. I am one of the science tutors at the Student Success Commons, and this video is going to be about the actions and one origin and insertion of the muscles of the stomach and the ribs. So, the first one is the external abdominal oblique, and that is here and on both sides. And as you may recall from the overview video, the external ones are like you're looking for extra change in your pockets, like you're sticking your hands in your pockets, all right? Those are external, they go that direction. The internals are behind them and go the opposite direction, so they form kind of like an X. And so we have our externals, our internals, so we have external abdominal obliques, internal abdominal obliques, and believe it or not, they do the same things. So their actions are they compress the abdomen, like you tighten your stomach. They flex the spine, particularly the lower spine. And they depress the ribs, especially the lower ribs, because of course that's where they are. They're down here. All right? So those are the actions of the external and the internal abdominal obliques. Then behind those, so we've got external, internal. Behind those we have a transversus abdominis. So it's a transverse muscle. There's three different layers here: external, internal, and transversus abdominis. And that one just compresses the abdomen because it's going straight across. It's not up and down at an angle where it could compress the spine, so it's just compressing the abdomen. That one is. And then for the last abdominal one, we have, oh, actually I want to show you the book for these three layers here. This shows it fairly well. We have our externals going this direction here, our internals going that direction there, and our transverse going straight across. So if I pull it up really close, I think you can kind of see the directions those three are going. Three different directions, three different layers. All right, so then we have our rectus abdominis. So we had our external abdominal obliques, internal abdominal obliques, transversus abdominis, rectus abdominis. These are in the middle here. And this one we do need to know origin and insertion. So the origin is down here at the pubic symphysis. Remember, that's the little space between the hip bones that has fibrocartilage in it. One of the three places in the body we have fibrocartilage. And so its origin is there, and the insertion is up here at the xiphoid process of the sternum, the lower part of the sternum there, all right? So if we pull insertion toward origin, we're going to, again, compress the abdomen, flex the vertebral column or the spine, and depress the ribs. So it actually does the same thing as the external and internal obliques. All right, same actions, and origin, the pubic symphysis, insertion, xiphoid process. All right, then we have the diaphragm, and we'll take a look at this guy in here. We can see part of it here. This little line here, that's the diaphragm, and it kind of comes over these guys, these organs a little bit. You've got your liver there, I think that's a stomach. Kind of comes over those a little bit. It basically forms kind of like a cup, an umbrella, a bowl, that kind of a shape. And when it contracts, it pulls down and flat, and it creates more space for the lungs, right? So you have this little bowl thingy, and under here you've got your organs, your stomach and whatnot, and up here you've got your lungs. And so when it contracts, it flattens and creates more space in the thoracic cavity for the lungs to expand. All right? So this helps us breathe in. A lot of people think the diaphragm helps us breathe out. No. It helps us breathe in, and then as the air gets expelled from our lungs, it relaxes and goes back to its regular shape. All right? So that's our diaphragm. Helps us breathe in. And there's a picture in the book that's a little bit helpful here to see. So here's the diaphragm. See, it's kind of a cup-like shape. It's got a couple holes for some things. Here's your lumbar vertebrae. and this is up and over a lot of the organs, kind of surrounding the organs. All right, that's a diaphragm. And then we have a couple more. These are muscles in between the ribs. They're literally like probably that big. They just go from one rib to the next, and the next rib to start another one. There are external intercostals. Again, we have our externals go this way, and there are internal intercostals. So again, we've got, get the right direction here. Again, we have two separate layers. There are also transverse intercostals, but we don't learn about those. All right. So we have our external layer, our internal layer, external intercostals and internal intercostals. The external intercostals they help elevate our ribs while we're breathing, so they pull up. So these would be synergists of the diaphragm, where the diaphragm creates more space. These also create more space in the thoracic cavity. They elevate the ribs out. The internal intercostals depress the ribs while breathing. So like when you purposely try to breathe out, that's your internal intercostals working. All right. This is the internal intercostals are the only muscle we learn about in this course that help you breathe out. All the rest are about breathing in. Your external intercostals, your diaphragm, those things. All right, so that is the muscles of the abdomen and the ribs.